how do I deal with addictions? Yeah, this is actually a question that comes up a lot. Let's look at addictions for a second, because addictions we may often associate with substances. And of course, that is a form of addiction, and it's unfortunately pretty common. Certainly, that's an area what we will address. But addictions, I'd like to suggest, are much more broader than that. For example, there can be addictions to certain behaviors, certain ways of acting. For example, gambling, can be an addiction. Or getting angry, a tendency to get angry can be an addiction. There can be addiction to certain kinds of foods, which we might say is a form of substance, but it is a form of addiction. There can be addictions to ways of thinking. And now we're all perhaps a little bit concerned that we all may be, addicted in some form. And indeed, the addiction is very prevalent. And furthermore, there can be addictions to ways of being that we have adapted to and feel like this is the right way for some reason. So addictions are pretty broad in that sense, and I'm going to try to address it from that broader perspective because it really applies to all of us. First thing is, I think the root of addiction is a sense of not feeling enough. So anytime one doesn't feel enough in this moment with whatever is there, then one reaches for something else, right? And perhaps technology is the most common form of addiction, where I might reach out and say, let me check my email one more time, even though I just checked it 3 minutes back. Clearly, there may be something going on here. So this type of addiction that let me reach out for something, that is the thing you want to be looking at and saying, is this kind of thing going on within me? And first thing is to become aware. Because if you were not even aware of it, chances are you are not going to be motivated to do much about it because you feel there is no problem. When you start seeing there is these behaviors, you may also rationalize it in some strange ways. So that's the first thing we want to look at. Become aware of the behavior, become aware of your rationalization of that behavior. Already you're in pretty good shape now if you have that awareness. Then what I would recommend as a practical tip is, let's say somebody has a food or eating addiction and you feel like I can't stop myself from having cookies or ice cream or sugar or one of these things or caffeine. What you can start with is, once you reach out for that, let's say it's a cookie or a donut, and you're ready to eat it, I would say, wait, don't start eating it. You're going to eat it very soon, but sit with the cookie and simply notice it, notice yourself, notice how you're feeling, notice what's going on within you, notice how your body is feeling. All these things, simply sit with it, knowing that in a few minutes you're going to have that cookie. And so focus on awareness, and then you are ready to eat the cookie. And you can go ahead and enjoy the cookie. But even as you enjoy the cookie, every bite of it, fully taste it, fully enjoy it, whatever that is. Be fully aware of your enjoyment. And take your own time. If you're going to have that cookie in, say, 30 seconds, take 3 minutes. Take a bite, enjoy the bite. Take another bite, enjoy the bite. In other words, you are infusing tremendous awareness into every step of the way. Now you're done with eating the cookie. Don't rush into the next thing. Now sit with that aftertaste of the cookie. And also see how it feels within you. How does it feel in your mouth? How does it feel in your stomach? And so whatever enjoyment is there, fully absorb that. When you start doing this, you will yourself notice a lot of things going on. In fact, what will happen is this awareness will create space between you and this substance. between you and the cookie. And you will see that who you are and what you're consuming, and that there is fundamentally an aspect of you which stays apart from the experience. In other words, you start getting in touch with your essence, because the essence is actually unaffected by the whole experience. It stays the same. It's only some aspect of your relative being, your psychology, that is feeling that lack and feeling that enjoyment, and then the after effect of that. So when you start getting in touch with awareness, when you get in touch with essence, it gives you this perspective where you can now look at the cookie and you have the sense of, if I eat it, great. If I don't eat it, it's okay. When you reach that point, that's a huge breakthrough with whatever substance you're dealing with, because you're actually saying, I can just look at this thing and not even eat it. I mean, that's incredible. And you'll reach there, in a matter of days or weeks, depending on how strong the addiction is. But essentially, you've created space and you allowed something bigger to step into that space. And so we have now really overcome the addiction from the roots, because the addiction can only hold on to you if you step out of your essence. If you stay as essence, the addiction is not able to get traction within your being. It can't grab you. So you become free. And this same concept you can apply. Maybe a lot of folks are addicted to watching TV. They can't help but just keep the TV on. Or any number of things. You can apply this exact same idea and maybe apply some creative variations of that. And you will find that the addiction is slowly but surely losing its grip over you. And you will have this sense of power. When you start tasting that power, that I am more powerful than anything around me, this power is very healthy state of empowerment. Because the more you feel that and you like it, the more you will be like, I want more of this in my life, this sense of feeling empowered, where I'm not at the mercy of things around me. So this brings back power, and it takes you closer to truth, and it frees you from addictions. I would add one more thing. If you want to tremendously boost what I just said, the exact same process, you can call upon light at every step of this process. When you are sitting with with the cookie in this case, eating the cookie, and after eating the cookie, when you bring in light, you want to bring in light with the intention that help me see the bigger picture, help me see the truth, and help me overcome all limitations so that I am established in my infinite nature. When you call upon light and go through this process from that perspective, you will feel such a power within you. And you realize that nothing outside of you can have that power over you. You are the powerful being. And so addictions, in fact, reach a point where they dare not approach you, because you have such enormous personal power that any new addiction or an old addiction, when it even thinks of you, it's going to walk away from you, because it dare not approach a being that is so established in their infinite nature. When you choose light, life becomes increasingly joyful, purposeful, and inspired. I invite you to join me to explore the realms of light, the infinite possibilities that light offers.